Welcome to the PvP compilation with Killjacks, aka Evil Chipmunk, aka Perry. This is a compilation of the character I made with polearms and pikes as their main focus, and the look is more of a kind of a death servant look. It's a Gravelord servant, so a lot of PvP going on. It's the only female character I've made. Originally it was going to be a pain succubus, but upon actually working with some of the weapons like the barbed straight sword and the notched whip, it's just not really viable for proper PvP. And with the high dex and strength build that I was going with, I decided to give polearms a chance, and hey, you know what? It works really well. Now, this person I fought against 3 or 4 times, and this was our very first fight. He was new to PvP, and I could tell, so I was rather lenient on him. And right now I'm rocking the gold helm, the Lord Blade's shirt. Oh, speaking of which, this is a hacker. You'll notice that he's not particularly noticeable with the head thing, but he doesn't have one. It's not there, using the Hornet Ring and backstab fishing, counter backstab fishing, and a lot of health for someone who obviously is using a high dex weapon. But it could just be a dex health build. There's a lot of those. But yeah, that's all he's doing is going for the backstab and then spamming Wrath of the Gods 4 times. 2, 3, and I'm dead. So, not really a PvP. Don't really consider that to be something people should be cheering on. It's kind of a lame build. But, as people are, that's how it goes. And the taunt, of course. Still don't know why I didn't have a head. Alright, back to my friend who was learning PvP. I don't mind teaching people. I don't mind running into people who are new. I will give them a chance, as this fight will show. I did cut out a fight. That was me quite literally punching someone to death because they were very low level, and I was not as low level. It was in the forest. So I'm using the Gargoyle Halberd and the Pike, both at plus 15. I have the starting Knight Shield. Can't remember what it's called, but you'll see the Leggings of Thorn on there as well, and Havel's arm guards. So there's not really much needed to upgrade the gear I'm wearing, just some Twinkling Titanite for the chest piece and the leggings. Now the Pike weapon is actually really dangerous because it has quite a reach, but it doesn't actually deal that much damage, as you can see. Not yet. To start, I was with the Wolf Ring, and I had, as you can see, very little vitality for the main purpose of testing out the build. Later on, I actually gave it a lot more vitality so that there could be a standing in PvP, because low vitality, like it or not, you're gimping yourself. And I also started equipping the Leo Ring. Now, the Leo Ring, a lot of people don't know its secrets and don't realize how devastatingly powerful it is, but if you go and check out Martyr Brigade 99's channel, which I'll put in the comments, aka J Blackmail, you'll see that this weapon combination with the Leo Ring is just crazy. So here we go. I saw that he had pretty much given up on the fight, and yeah, he was down to a sliver, so I decided, you know what, we're going to go again, and I'll keep practicing your PvP. Now, the Pike is possibly my favorite weapon against heavy armor classes because it's a poke and run, and usually with the heavy armors you have people who will go out their max endurance to try and get the stabs like that, and when you can punish them from 10 feet away, you know, stabbing with a 10-foot pole, it just adds to that happiness of realizing that the Pike is possibly the most annoying weapon in the game to fight against. Now, here we go. This fight's going to be over relatively shortly, about 30 seconds to go. And it's just going to be poke after poke, because he hadn't learned yet that he should be a bit more careful on his swings. He did eventually change it up where he had the Grant, which, oh man, I missed one of my dodges, and that sucked. Unfortunately, my Fraps, again, screwed up. I'm really starting to dislike how Fraps has decided that I don't deserve all of my videos. Yeah, I've decided that I'm going to try practicing my free range attacks because, well, with the Pike it can be very dangerous, and I paid for it with a riposte, but luckily he couldn't pull off the actual follow through on that. Impaled him on his jump, kind of hilarious there, loved it. And that was the end of the fight. He will come back, don't worry. moving on. Drakgan, tip my hat to you. You're doing a great job, man. You improved greatly from when we started. This time he's wielding himself, it looks like the Sunlight Blade. This one, again, Pike. Black Iron always deserves a Pike. The Gargoyle Axe polearm is actually really, really great, but its attack speed is not good enough to go up against someone who can actually punish you, especially at the HP I had, with a Sunlight Blade enchant. Whereas the Pike, I can keep him at maximum distance, and as you can see there, outrange his swing and still get in 150 some damage. 135 that time. You know, back and forth. At one point he becomes very, very predictable. You'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. Just keep moving forward, and every time I attack, he parries. I attack, wait for it, switch to the Halberd just to switch it up. I mean, at this point I've pretty much got the match won. Attack, parry, attack, poke, poke. Love that thing, just the range. I think I get one more strike in and then we repot up because he's almost dead. Yeah, so there's the poke, and he gets back. I wait, give him the chance to actually use the healing. Here we go. Chug 2 pots. Like I said, I don't mind teaching people how to PvP and training with people on PvP as long as they PvP for fun. I don't want to go with tryhards. I don't want to go with people who are all in it for the win. Winning is great and all, guys, but you have to have fun. If you're going with a cookie cutter build, I don't care. I'm just going to beat you up. You're going to use a humanity. I'm going to go, yeah, you know what? You're using a washing pole and Dark Moon Blade. You're toast. I don't care. It's over. Which I think I do it in one of the videos that are to follow. So at this point I switch back to the Gargoyle Halberd, another plus 15, and I'm toying with him. Probably not the nicest thing to do, but again, I want him to learn the basics of some important parts of PvP. And one of the important things is the Gargoyle Halberd on its second attack sweeps. It's painful, it does a lot of damage, and as I found out later on, it is also affected by the Leo Wing. Shh, that's a secret. It does so much damage. Alright, so here comes Xiaolin71, and he just comes right in for the stab. I'm like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Back off. Then he realizes, oh, this isn't just some lame PvPer. He's going to do the hurrah. So I'm like, alright, I'm going to give you the bow. This guy had a neat build, but overall, I just outplayed him. He does have pyromancy, and I applaud him for not using just combustion, but he actually uses the fireballs. And against perhaps a less skilled opponent, it would have been very useful, but he locks on, I roll past, and I hit him. Roll out of the way, he'll do it again, and I will roll up to him, and it's over. Right there and then. Try and summon, end of the fight, etc. So you have to be very careful with the pyro. You can't rely on it. Even at 45 dex, the pyro techniques are not that fast, which is why 90% of people who claim they have a pyro build use combustion or greater combustion or dark combustion in order to make up for that lack of ability. Now, the really good players, PvP person, I believe, PV person, his name, sorry, is actually really good with the dead aim. And all I can say, oh, this fight. So, I have poisoned my Pike, and he has decided to use Inner Spirit and resined his weapon. So, I'm just going to wait for that to wear off while keeping him at bay, and he really killed himself when using this. I mean, we're talking a huge amount of health is just pulled away without me even poking him. Like, he had lost 222 health before I even struck him. And that can be a huge problem. I mean, 220 health doesn't sound like much, but notice how it's still going. It's still going. He's lost over 300 health now to Inner Spirit, and he hasn't hit me once. If you're going to put this buff on you, then he decides that he's going to use the humanity. Nope. You decided to play with that strategy. I'm going to poke you till you die. I've decided that he no longer gets any kind of safety. And I'm just going to keep going at him because he's going to try and use the humanity again. And like I said, you went and used the humanity after specifically using your Spirit Within thing. It's not going to work. I'm not letting that happen. You chose your tactic. Keep with it, or else just next time, don't use it. So it has run out, and he's dead at this point. Like I said, I don't mind if you want to train, but when you have an obvious strategy that's going to suck your health out, don't turn around and decide that, hey, you know what? I'm good. I'm just going to heal that with humanity. So, sorry, Bloodsucker N. It just happens that way. And here we go. Me and a friend, or sorry, a friend and I, if you want to be grammatically correct. Sorry, grammar Nazis. Not that being a Nazi is bad. Wait, yes it is. Moving on. We've decided that we're going to have fun in the forest with the invader having to take on the spirit of the friend, and then if they get through the spirit, they can take on the master of the world. So we decided to set up on the bridge, because this way I can block the bridge, and they can't just run for him and kill him, though some people did try with an arrow, and that was just like, LOL, what are you doing? He's got a great shield. Against this opponent, he's got himself a lot of bleed weapons and the Black Knight Halberd. Now, the Black Knight Halberd is a mean weapon, but as you can see, I'm trying to get the poison on him. I know he has the Great Shield of Artorias, and at one point I'm just going to decide, you know, yep, Great Shield of Artorias, still don't care. Backs off. I'm not going to chase him. I don't want to give him a chance to kick me off a cliff. I mean, it's kind of obvious what he's doing, so I back off, tell him, come on, let's fight here. This is the spot where I'd like to fight. So he goes back to the Halberd. That Great Shield of Artorias is great. Prevents all status effects for those of you that don't know, and that is a huge bonus. We're talking no poison, no bleed, no toxic, as long as you're blocking. So he just decides, well, I'm going to go through with this. And in this fight, I actually get really low. My friend thought, oh no, Jim, you're going to die. And I'll let you see the fight for yourself, but it's all about stick and move. It's like boxing, stick and move. Stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. If you stand still, you're going to get hit. And don't always go in the same direction, or else they'll start guessing your strategies. As you can see, I'm starting to figure out his. He always uses the same tactic. I will poke, he will swing. I will poke, he will swing. And as long as I keep him at bay, he can't really use those knives for any kind of bleed damage. You know, 2 consecutive pokes like that is 588 damage, and like it or not, even at the maximum health, that's, you know, a third of your life. Sorry, a sixth of your life. My math is good. It's new math. Alright, so we're getting close to where I get hit a third time, I believe. So let's just get on with that. Again, this was actually a really good fight. I liked going up against this guy. He had the right time to block, the right time to swing, and it was a good back and forth, as you can see. I think I'm about to get nailed right now. Yeah, he switches to the dagger. And he's trying to go for the backstab at this point. He's low on health, and he wants to go for the final kill. But poke, not gonna happen, not gonna happen, not gonna let it. Thing about the Pike I love, you can just keep them away from you. Just keep circling, moving, and there's the end with the kick. Don't underestimate the kick, especially with a Pike weapon, because it actually gets the counterattack damage. A lot of people don't realize this, but if you get it on time, you get the counterattack damage. It is amazing. Alright, so in this one, unfortunately, I do lose, but such is life. And it's mainly due to Poise backstab. As you can see, he went right through the 2-arm shot and just went for the straight backstab. I get up, and I will get poked by a strange dead angle, which drops me, and then my friend came up to fight him, but unfortunately I don't have that video. My friend pretty much just wiped the floor with him. Here we go with Aquadix, I guess his name is. Now, I want to talk to all of you people who think that the backstab is the greatest of all strategies. This character, this player, is constantly trying to go for the easy backstab, and I keep countering him. It's that simple. He keeps trying to circle me, and I just keep counter-circling. And he invaded me 3 or 4 times, though I think I only have one of the videos. And he, as you can see, he's just constantly trying to go on my left side. And to me, it's just annoying. It's like, I know what you're trying to do. You're not actually fighting. You're trying to go for the easy backstab. And, you know, some people can only play with that, but I'm in it for the PvP. I'm not in it for the latency abuse backstabs. Again, you'll notice actually with this character now that the HP has increased, which means that the counterattack damage and the Leo ring in the top left corner, as you can see there, has been equipped. And I hope that I could show you the actual damage it deals, but I don't think I'll get it on this guy. Down he goes. Easy peasy fight. Yeah, he got half my health, but I was being kind of careless. I'm going to be honest on this one. I should have fought a little more, but as you can kind of tell, I like changing my skill level depending on who I'm fighting. If I'm fighting someone who's really lacking in skill, I will drop myself to using really bad equipment if I have to. Here we go again. Like I said, remember, just keep watching his strategy. He's always going on the left, always circling the same way. And I'm just countering him. I'm saying, look, it's not going to happen. I'm not going for the backstab, but I am going to counter you. See, 448 damage there. That was one hit. That wasn't two. That was one poke. And that's thanks to the Leo ring. That thing is so underrated, it's not funny. You saw there, went for the backstab. Yeah, I planted my feet. Yeah, he could have went for the backstab. Yes, it's a great way of punishing. I don't mind punish backstab. That's fine. But when you go for the circle backstab, I'm going to do exactly what I did there. I'm going to counter it, and that only ever works. That counter only ever works if you're fishing for a backstab. If you're not fishing for a backstab, guess what? It does not work. It will put us both in a different position, but I will not be able to get that backstab off unless you're specifically going for a backstab. Alright, now, this is my favorite part of the video. This is a hacker, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that, you ask? But Killjacks, you completely handsome individual. How do you know it's a hacker? Well, let's see. 700 damage. And I'm just going to wait here. He's going to use humanity. Nope. I'm just going to poke you with that because you are not going to do that. Then all of a sudden, his health goes full. Ah, that's interesting. Give it a second. Yeah, he's just a spammer. Spam, 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 spam. Gives a kick. Spam. 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 Backstab. Now, he should be dead here. But he gets up. And he somehow had 8,865 health. That's interesting. And why is he using humanity? Does he think I didn't see that? He took damage. So I'm like, okay, he turned his infinite health off. Now, I'm going to rock the floor with him a few times by the 645 two-handed counterattack. 8,852 health. That seems a little bit high for the game. Takes damage again. Health goes full. This guy isn't hacking. Of course not. And here's the obvious. Oh, hey, look. No damage whatsoever. Now, here is the secret of dealing with hackers. Kick them off cliffs. Because if you kick them off cliffs, they take percentage-based damage. Doesn't matter if they have infinite health. 100% of infinite health is infinite. However, as you'll see with this character, not so much. So this is going to be the end of the video, or so I claim, but seriously, I've kept a little treat for you guys. Remember that punch fight I told you about? Well, you know what? Seeing how you stayed for the entire video, here it is. And with the classic theme of Benny Hill when it gets to the good part. Thanks for joining me. Have a great one.